What is up, guys? Welcome to my channel, HAIRLICIOUSLY. If you guys are new to this channel, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. I will be talking about a lot of hair transplants, hair loss topics, and any hair loss treatments in the pipelines. So today in this video, I actually wanted to talk about a Swedish biotech company called Follicum, and their focus is on the discovery and development of peptide-based drugs. Follicum's primary focus is on hair growth stimulation. The company has actually obtained very promising results from FOL-005, which is kind of like their main product. And FOL-005 is based on research on the human protein osteopontin, also known as OPN. And surprisingly, FOL-005 is actually supposed to be able to grow hair and also be able to inhibit hair growth. So it's kind of weird if you think about something that can actually do both, because all this time we've been looking for a drug that can actually stimulate hair growth, but Follicum has actually come up with the ability to produce FOL-005, which can inhibit and also grow hair. I've tried looking online to find out exactly what mechanism this actually falls under as far as FOL-005, but I really couldn't find much information. The company pretty much claims that this peptide has the ability to grow hair and be used for patients who are suffering from male pattern baldness. So I did some quick research on OPN, and the studies do indicate that it actually helps the migration of inflammatory cells and acts as an adhesive protein to retain cells at the site. OPN also modifies chronic inflammation responses, where chronic inflammation is characterized by the persistence of macrophages, which are white blood cells that are an important part of the immune system, at the sites of injury and diseases. So interestingly, several studies indicated that OPN is an enhancer of atherosclerosis, which is a chronic inflammation process of the vessel walls. And some studies do indicate that inflammation can be a major contributor to male pattern baldness due to all the inflammation on the scalp. And surprisingly, OPN also possesses protective vascular effects, such as attenuation of vascular calcification, where studies show that levels of OPN were found to be independently associated with the severity of heart disease or coronary arteriosclerosis. And so I feel like maybe this is why FOL-005 has the ability to both promote and inhibit hair growth. And so I actually read some studies and even did a video on this about a year ago that shows that balding men actually have a higher rate of heart disease. So there definitely might be some correlation between this. But since we don't really have much to go off of FOL-005, we can only speculate. So Follicum's clinical trial for phase 1 consisted of 44 healthy human beings, and it showed that hair growth is stimulated 8% in over 75% of the individuals compared to their before treatment, which is an increase which is statistically verified. And the treatment was administered by injection in the frontal thigh of the trial subjects. So it wasn't on the scalp, it was actually on the thigh. And the data from the trial also showed a significant increase and a higher effect when compared 32 times treatment per week. So this indicates that the frequency of treatment is important to optimize the effect of the drug, and placebo showed a decrease of 2% in growth. Phase 1 was only over a span of 3 months, which is a rather short time to observe an increase in hair growth due to the time that it's involved in the hair growth cycle itself. There's also done through injections on the thigh, and obviously it's not the same as a scalp, and so there's a chance that FOL-005 might actually respond better on the scalp than it did on the thigh. So there's also 4 dosing ranges, but the second lowest dose had the best response as far as hair growth, and this means that the dosages used were not really optimal. So if the subject were treated with the optimal dose, the hair could have increased statistically higher. Moving on, phase 2A was a randomized double-blind placebo-controlled trial that began March 5th of 2018, and there were 60 healthy bald subjects that were diagnosed with androgenetic alopecia between the ages of 18 to 55, and they were tested. The trial period consisted of a screening period of up to 3 weeks, followed by 12 weeks of dosing, and this was administered 3 times a week. Each subject received 2 dosages of 5 trial treatment dosages, which ranged from the placebo. We had 0.00625, 0.025, 0.050, and 1.00 micrograms respectively. And obviously the dosages was given intradermal injections, and each volunteer had 2 treatment areas which were placed on the scalp, and the 2 selected doses were allocated to the respective treatment according to the randomized scheme. Now the treatment areas was selected on the border between the bald surface on the surface with hair, and the effect of hair growth was actually measured at week 8 and week 12 through digital photography and software programs. So phase 2A was finally completed at the end of August 2018, And Follicum aims to announce the results of Phase 2A sometime in autumn of 2018. The company plans on initiating Phase 2B, which includes men and women with the new topical version of FOL-005 instead of it being the intradermal injections. Company has made great progress so far, so I look forward to the results soon. So based on research, Follicum has actually been really good with their trial timeframes, and they've been pretty accurate over the past few years. And it seems that they're actually on schedule to hit the next milestone over the next year. I wouldn't say it's impossible for Follicum to come up with the hair growth product in the end of 2020, but as you guys know, nothing's really promised, and there's a lot of hearsay. What we expect is for the products to actually work, and so I don't like to give this answer, but we still have to wait. Now, based on a review in March of 2018, the chief brand officer stated that at the end of 2020 for the production of FOL-005 isn't quite far-fetched, and if it was released, it would most likely be a prescription medication, with the exception of a few countries, including Japan, due to their different laws. Now, this isn't really going to bring back somebody who's suffering from a Norwood 6 to a Norwood 1, but it's going to probably replace current FDA-approved medications such as Finasteride and MINOXIDIL. Follicum did say that FOL-005 showed to be more effective than MINOXIDIL, as seen in this graph here. Under the same experimental conditions, a research lab compared FOL-005 with different compounds versus minoxidil 5% on mice. Now, regardless of FOL-005's various compounds, it actually achieved a higher hair growth in a shorter amount of time than it did with minoxidil, which I think is pretty impressive. And as you guys know, Finasteride and minoxidil has limited effects and severe side effects. There's a low number of responders, and FOL-005 hopefully can get a better efficacy than minoxidil with a safer profile than minoxidil and Finasteride, and a topical version for application on the scalp. Minoxidil is used twice a day versus FOL-005, which can be only applied 3 times a week. So it actually makes it a whole lot easier. By no means is this a cure for hair loss, but it's actually an alternative treatment that may work better than the currently FDA-approved medication. So I'm going to keep you guys updated once I hear back from Phase 2, and hopefully we will actually hear good news by then. Somebody's been asking me, would this replace minoxidil, and how would it affect hair growth that you've actually obtained or achieved from minoxidil? I don't know, honestly, because I don't know the mechanism behind FOL-005, but this medication is different from minoxidil 5% for the topical version, which actually increases blood flow into the scalp. So it might end up losing hair, I don't know, or you might still be able to obtain and maintain the hairs that you still have from minoxidil 5%. But I think once you guys switch treatment, once this is approved and you guys start using FOL-005, I think you would have to regain the hair back, because these two sound like they work on 2 different mechanisms. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Feel free to subscribe and like this video. So if you guys have more information on FOL-005, please make sure to leave some comments, let me know. But thanks again, guys, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.